Hi, Bruno.
Grüße Gott. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm
Hello.
good.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
good.
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very happy seeing you again, you know?
Yes, yes, me too.
Yeah.
Same here, same here. I mean, I see you almost every day because I
Thank
keep
you.
watching your Instagram. You have started, I don't know, on the first day, the second day, very shortly
Yeah, the
after
first day, I do believe. Yeah.
the first day. So you have started a very nice IGTV. I call it show. I don't know if you would call it like this, but it is. I just let our readers know who maybe do not know about this. Bruno is doing an IGTV where he just talks about produce, different produce from his living room, from his house, that inspire him to cook at home at the moment, every day. Is that correct?
Yeah. You know, when I decided to do this show, as you said, it's a show, by the way. You're right. I was just, thinking about what to do. We've been, like stop in our projection because we were on the Saturday evening with a lot of people in the restaurant, crowdy, a lot of people, good energy, everything. And it was about 8 o'clock, was fully booked. And we heard that we have to close at midnight. So that was something just unbelievable, because there was it was very, very, very short notice, And the day after, that means the Monday, I see all my staff at the restaurant because we have plenty of food, plenty of things, because we had good reservation in the weeks. And I said, "Oh my God, what we gonna do?" Because the only thing we like in our life is cooking for people, giving love, giving a lot of stories in the plate, and very a lot of narrative. And so I say, "Oh my God, what we gonna do?" And me and some of my staff, we cry because we were very, it was like a big drama, not because we have to close, but because how we can express our feelings, what we have inside us to other people. There was no way because it was not possible to cook anymore for customers. So I say, okay, I have to tell the story. I have to tell about the producer. I have to tell about my knowledge of the ingredients and everything about the history of cooking. And at the same time, I want to share my recipes and to show people where they come from. What is the story I want to tell when I cook, because it's a lot of narration inside, like a book. It's my plate, For sure, it's food, but it's much more than that. And I was remembering that people, when they get prisoner or when in very, very bad circumstances, the things that help is talking about food, how your mom do the spaghetti or do the rôti de veau or whatever, And so people, they talk about that. Even if you cannot eat, if you talk about eating, you don't feel the pain as much as you should have it, And so I say, okay, we can propose to our customers, to everybody, to keep the link. Not about eating, but the link about something much more deeper in us. That is the reason why we cook.
Mm-hmm. Why is this so important for people to think and talk about food?
Maybe specifically because it's French people. I don't know. You know what we said, that you put French people on a table for lunch or dinner, what they're going to do? They're going to eat, they're going to talk about what they had eat, and they're going to talk about what they will eat later,
Sure.
So maybe, yeah, it's a sort of obsession for French people. I don't know. But I think we share it very well, by the way.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the same in China. Go to China, go to Italy.
Yeah, this is true. When I was in China, I spent a part of my life in China mainland, and I was not supposed to learn Chinese Mandarin or Cantonese because it was not so helpful for my business because everybody was talking very poor English. That's the reason my English now is very poor because I practice it a lot in China mainland, And suddenly I realized that they always talking about food. Chinese people. So I learned Mandarin because I wanted to be able to talk food with people and to order my food. This is fun.
Yes. Yeah. We just got a comment that I find very yeah, it's just Jeremy says that food is the root of our life, and I think that's very, very true.
Yeah. This is for sure. We have to consider ourselves as the production of food since many million of years, maybe. You know, what we eat is what we become. And at the same time, you know, in Tab there is a sentence in Tab that says that de la façon dont l'on se nourrit décide du monde dans lequel on vit, and which is very, you know, accurate today. As I say, the way you eat decide the way you're going to live in the world, you know. And so it's so important, you know, because if you eat very live products with a high quality, with a lot of more than the quality of the ingredients, more than that, I think that you personally are more stronger for any disease, for anything, than if you eat junk food. Because junk food kill your immunity defenses and everything. So it's very important, yeah. And so this comes from the roots for sure, yeah.
Absolutely. But I also think, you know, your show is called On est confiné, mais on est décidé. On a décidé.
Yeah, I change it daily. That's depend of my mood, but most of the time, yes, it's on est confiné. Okay. So we are, yeah.
So I think it's also in our minds, if we feed our minds in times of confinement, that we sit at home, that we are locked and shut down from life. So thinking about food makes our minds alive again. At least that's the case for myself.
Yeah, for sure. It's very important, you know. And this is the I mean, with your mind and your soul and your spirit is the way you can do the best and the most beautiful travels and more than travel journey, you know. It's very important. And on the same time, you cannot feel like you've been closed in your home, and so you have to close your mind and close everything, frozen everything from you. I just feel like, no, you have to be in the, you know, in the feeling of what is coming yet now, and you have to plan it now, not the day you will. Everybody will say, okay, now you can go outside. No. You have to decide. It's the time to think about the future. What do you want in the future? And people have to understand, maybe mostly French people, because we are so much protected by the government, as you know, incredibly protected. You have to imagine that all the employees, the government protect the salary, the government pay the salary, and today they decide to not recover the social charges from the company, the small companies. That means that we don't pay anything. We keep our salary, and this is the government who protect them. So, which is incredibly beautiful, by the way, because it's going to save us, you know, because it's a lot of money involved when you employ a lot of people. And so it's very important that everybody believe deeply inside him that everything depends of each people, not of some political people or big economy figures or everything. Everybody is concerned. What do you want in the future? How do you want to live? What does this mean? How you want to feed yourself? How you want to be with the other people on the street? Do you want to be with your mask like that and not touching everybody in your whole life and not having any relationship with people except by phone or by whatever, you know? Or you want to share, to touch, to be close to, you know, it's very important. And I think that, yeah, that's the way that we have to open the mind when we are people who can talk, and when we are people that we have been followed by people. We have to open the mind to show, okay, there is another way, but everybody is concerned.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm very political today. Sorry.
I was hoping for that, to be honest. Really hoping for that, because this is an important aspect. I mean, this is also a momentum for politics. This is a momentum for politics can really impact the world. I mean, it always does, but at the moment, if politics, or if there's the right decisions, we can have a change in the food system, for example, in a very good way or in a very bad way. So I think it's a turning point for lots of things. How do you imagine the future of food and restaurants after all this?
You know, nowadays there is two major priorities. First of all is to save our little producers, because most of them, they're dedicated to incredibly high quality products, and they sell to restaurants, mainly 90%. That means that the day to another, they shut down our business model, you know, because they not have the resources to sell to some other people. So they try by internet, sending to everybody, but they have to face something very difficult. That means that they have to do multiple shipments with the post office, with you know, everything they can have. So this take most of their times, and so they don't have time to go in the field, to plan the future, to collect what they have to collect, to package and to send. It's something crazy. This make them nuts, and they put us in a very, very difficult situation, because they have to choose if they collect the product or if they ship the product, you know, because it takes 2 days doing that in 1 day. So it's very difficult. So we have to save them. This is the first priority. Then I think that we have to save our restaurant on the same time, because we kind of open the restaurant as we used to do. So we have to be very creative and to promote the crazy ingredients, because people, they need to eat. And I don't want people only going to the supermarket, because this is the only choice they have today, going to supermarket. This is what everybody plans. And for me, it's not sustainable. It's not a good way. And when supermarket, they has to my little artisan or food supplier to buy products, they're just talking about prices. They don't talking about quality. And so, you know, it's a major problem. So we decided at Table, we're going to open maybe this week or early next week to sell some incredible ingredients. I will put some recipes inside to tell people, okay, we have veggies. I give you, I don't know, 10 different recipes. You can do the veggies and play with that. It's very easy, and easy things, you know, as the one I explain daily on my show. And on the same time, we're going to cook for instant delivery. We are talking with very good companies for delivery. And I think we have to recreate a world for delivery, in-town delivery, or with the suburban, which is mainly today the field of the junk food. And I think we can take it for high quality food. You know, it's not a problem that we can share starred cuisine or belle cuisine or haute cuisine in a modern system that we can deliver at home. We can find solution for that, and we're going to try doing that, because we have to be creative. And that means that on the same time, when we're going to reopen Table, I mean, we have to think how to do it. We will. I'm sure that we cannot come back to what we have done before. The relationship between people, the way they're gonna live, the way they're gonna share a restaurant or whatever, is gonna be maybe very, very different. So we have to offer some other options, and it's you know, I'm very passionate about that, because it's crazy interesting. We can recreate a new world with more love, more sharings, more quality for ingredients, more taking care. And more, for sure, caring in terms of safety, in terms of hygiene and everything, you know, is very important too. But we are very specialized in that, because in a restaurant we are so clean, and we take care of everything, and we really take care of the old hygienic problems and everything. So we are the good people for that, to recreate a world around how you feed yourself. And as you know, the way you feed yourself is the way you are in a good shape or not. You know, it's very important to understand that.
Do you think more and more people will understand that?
No choice.
No choice?
No choice, for
Why?
sure. For sure. And I'm sure that people later, they will really get the point. as you can say, for example, in the States, which is the country of the junk food, you see, it's very difficult for a lot of people because of obesity, because of the bad food, because everything of that. So yeah, people, they have to understand, if you feed yourself with very good ingredients, very good quality, with a lot of alive things, with good energy, you have the good energy, and so you save your life. You know, this is the most intimate things you can do in your life, by eating things, by feeding you. You know, much more than everything else. So for sure, there is no choice for that. You know, I'm really the big advocate for that since I opened Tab 7 years ago, and I do believe I am right. You know, and I will push that very hardly too. You know. And maybe I will go to some other fields of the food business to push that too, because we cannot be only happy with a very high-end food in a teeny restaurant in Paris. We have to, you know, promote more.
Yes, I think so too. I think that is the chance, and
yeah.
Also for restaurateurs, and they're showing already. They have showed this from day one, after this Corona shutdown, lockdown, whatever, that what they can provide, that they can really nourish people, and that they can be super flexible, that they are super creative in providing good food for everyone, that they are not the ones who really want to be an elite, who only want to feed the rich, that they are the ones who really want to work with agriculture. They really want to make a change, make a difference. But I'm not so sure what the food industry will do, because sometimes I think it's just a naive thought to think that after Corona, everyone will buy from small suppliers, from artisanal producers, will have developed a taste for really good ingredients, and then shop at markets or local shops. I think that the industry is watching this, what's happening at the moment, very well, and trying to think around, like, erecting new monopolies, bigger monopolies even.
Yeah, but you know, once again, it's a question of individual behavior. That means that if you decide not to go to buy things in the super or hypermarket, they will collapse or they will change. And I do believe, because these people, they are very clever, and most of them, they are very open-minded, they will change. And for sure, they are questioning themselves. So how they will supply the shops in a world that the transportation of the goods will be so different. You cannot bargain. If you try to bargain, it's too much more to pay if there is any problem for that. So I'm sure they will arrange that. And for example, I know, you know, Leclerc, which is Centre Leclerc in France, and Michel-Edouard Leclerc, the owner, is a very clever guy, and he's already, you know, very concerned by local producers, local things, and I'm sure that he will push again. And the guy in charge of Casino, which is a very, very clever guy I know very well too, is very concerned by that too, you know. And I think that the situation will make these people, I mean, giving them the field and the chance to strongly do their move that they already start, but they will go forward very quickly. And I'm sure they're going to be right. And we can help them for that too, you know, because it's not a question of some, you have the restaurant, you have the hypermarket, you have the small, no, everybody is concerned. And I think this is that show in the crisis we have nowadays, that we cannot be safe in our own business or in our own territory or in our own city or in our own country. It's worldwide concern. So you cannot play one against the other just to bargain prices, to bargain labor costs, to bargain food, to bargain everything. everybody's concerned. You have to understand that. And I'm sure that we really can change the figure of that just because we can push everybody to think about it and to change his behavior for food and for everything, by the way, you know?
Yeah, for everything. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think so too. But just imagine Paris will open after, I don't know, 11th of May, maybe later.
No, you mean for what? For restaurants?
For restaurants?
No, for restaurant. No,
no,
for restaurant. No, I'm not sure. I do believe it's gonna happen maybe in July, but it's dead. So that means everything gonna start in September.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be back in September. I think so. Yeah.
And then, how will it look like in September? How can you imagine the restaurants to look like in Paris? Normally, it's super busy, lots of tourists. It's just
yeah, but I don't know, because you know September is the beginning of the fashion week. It's the beginning of many shows in Paris, and I don't know if they're going to be cancelled or not. Because the big crisis is questioning also the fashion industry. It's going to change a lot. So we were already questioning the fashion week and all these shows with so many people traveling around the world just for, you know, for 1 day or 2 days, spending money for about nothing and doing a lot of you know, pollution everywhere and blah blah blah. So I don't know how it's gonna look like. I don't know. I think maybe it's gonna look like love. You know, everybody will love each other's, and they will share on the beautiful ingredients. And I don't know, or maybe nobody will go out and I don't know. And it's very difficult to know. We have to be that, but on the same way, you know, it's very interesting things, because that means that we have to be very, very flexible. We have to feel, to understand, to look at the situation, and to be very, very open-minded. That's the point. I think if we have something to get inside us to say, okay, we have to be open-minded. The world will be very different, any cases, even if it look like the same, but we have to be, we have to look around and try to give a lot of offers and to be ready for it, you know. My point is that we don't have to wait the day the government will say, okay, guys, reopen your restaurant. No, we have to already to practice since today. We have to be ready. We have to be ready. We have to put a little of money in the economy as quick as you can and as little as we can. But it's you know, it's a very, very teeny drop of water and teeny river will make the big stories, the big seas. So we already have to be in the story, to be ready when the day everything's gonna restart, because everything gonna restart in a different way, but it will be for sure.
Is this the atmosphere when you talk to colleagues from the restaurant world? Is this the overall? Do they agree with you? Are they also as optimist as you are?
I'm not sure, but you know, I'm very special because in a way I don't belong to this world, you know, because I'm a pure autodidact in the cuisine. I opened the restaurant 7 years ago, but I was even not know what was a restaurant 7 years ago, and I was not a cook at all too. So I think my opinion is very different of the others. But I have a lot of chefs that they are in touch with me and to say, we do agree, push. We love, we can do like you do or say what you say, but we cannot for many different reasons. And so I don't know. I think that there is some that they are very pessimistic and they say, okay, we're gonna collapse. But in fact, there is no reason everybody gonna collapse, because once again, all the salary are paid by the government. Only my salary is not paid, because when you're owner of a restaurant, that means that you are, administrateur, mandataire, as we say. So you are not covered. So, okay, I don't earn money for the moment. Okay, I'm not a rich guy, by the way. So I say, oh my God, I have to earn a little of money too. but you know, the most important is my salary. All my employee is very important, you know. And so I think there is no reason restaurant collapse. We have to be creative. We have to create new businesses to be sustainable in this crisis period that will make everybody, you know, in the term of doing things, working, not staying only home, but going to restaurant with production and everything, selling things to people. And then we're going to be very, very hot and ready when we restart. That's very important. And I try to share that enthusiasm with other chefs. And there is some they share, there is some they don't. And, you know, it's life. It's like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's life. And how will you talk about new ideas, new models, new business models for gastronomy? You implement a box. That's what lots of German restaurateurs are doing at the moment.
Yeah.
They send them out also nationwide. And not only regional or local. Some of them are opening shops. They're just turning their restaurant into a really beautiful grocery shop.
Yeah.
And a bakery and so on. And are there things that you're thinking about?
No, I think as I told you, the first point is to rescue all the little people doing veggies, fish, or pigeon, or chicken, or bread, or whatever, because they don't have the distribution yet. Yeah. And then I'm deeply thinking about how we can cook things, how we can ship it out if it's half cooked and then they finish it. How we can do. For the moment, to tell you the truth, I don't have the clue, but. I think, yeah, we are all working on that story with my staff, and I think we're gonna offer many things, many different solutions. It's very important. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are there places in Paris doing things like that?
Yeah, there is some restaurant doing that, and I push some friends doing that too. I know that I don't know if you know Amandine Chéniaud, Pouliche. She's a very nice girl, and she opened it a long time ago. At the early beginning, she said, "Okay, I'm gonna sell some veggies and eggs and you know, many things," and she's doing very well. You know, and she's doing some flowers because we don't have any flower shop as far as I'm concerned. I love flowers. I need flowers, and I show you, you know, here I buy beautiful flowers from her yesterday, and there is other restaurant. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do some pâté en croûte, some you know, many things that yeah, and. Yes, and I think we should do a lot because it's going to help the people stuck in the city to get good food. And so I push everybody doing that. You know, that's very important. And this will help our producers too on the same time, which is very, very important. Because if the small producer, they disappear, they collapse because they cannot sell the products and they have to burn. The other day, there was Joël Poirier, which is a pigeon producer in La Guerche de Bretagne, which is the born village of Alain Passard. And he called me to say, Bruno, it's terrible. I have to burn my pigeon because I cannot sell it. And I say, oh my God, it's impossible. I can not do anything for that. So I push everybody to buy, and so they buy a lot, and we will promote it at Tab. And maybe we're gonna serve it cooked too. And you know, yeah, it's that's the main point. We have to save that. If we save that, it's okay. Everything's gonna be so easy later, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That is happening in Germany as well. Lots of farmers are trying to set up online shops in a very short time. And I think the consumers are reacting pretty well to that because they're sitting at home, they're doing home cooking a lot.
Yeah, they have time. And you know what is very interesting, that they don't come back because when they will had eaten this quality of food, they cannot buy other quality of food. You know what I mean? So that's the good, you know, we go forward. It's very important. Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
with natural wine. When you start with natural wine, you cannot come back to other classical wine because say, oh my God, I'm almost dead. Have I had issues and everything? You know, that's very, very interesting things.
absolutely.
It's the good move. It's the good move.
It's the good move. The day after I came back from Paris, I knew that there would be a shutdown, and I ordered a big box of wine from
Yeah.
a restaurant in Berlin with an amazing wine cellar, natural wines. And I ordered a few bottles, and now I have a lot of good wine every night. Not a lot, but just 2 glasses of.
Very important. Yeah.
And it's like the joy of my life. It's just so beautiful, and it tastes better than it has ever done before. I think it's just
I think this is something that it is also very interesting because when you have this sort of shutdown, you're mostly with yourself, and that means that you really enjoy even just when you have 5 minutes of sun outside, and you just say, "Oh my God, this is sun, and it's beautiful." There is there is green leaves on the trees and birds singing and everything is beautiful. And most of the time, you don't even give a shit about that, you know. And so it's very interesting that you practice your conscience, you know, very important, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to be the same for everything, I do believe. After some time, everybody will forget. This is for sure. But we will be here to remember it, you know.
Yes, absolutely. Interesting time. Thank you so much, Bruno.
Thank you so much. I was so happy sharing this time with you and with everybody here. So yeah, it was a big joy, big moment. Yeah.
I can't wait to see you again in Paris.
Me too. Me too. You take care.
You too.
You take care. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.